Hey everybody, I am in the middle of trying to solve a problem that has been bothering me for a long time. Oh no, don't tell me that. No! Oh my gosh. Hey everybody, so this is what I'm talking about, YouTube! So I've been trying to solve a problem that's been bothering me for months. It's this audio problem, and we're gonna try this again here. I have had a lot of problems with a lot of things having to do with live streaming, and it's not the problem of the app. It's not the problem of the phone. It's not the problem of the hardware, the software. It's everything because we have to realize that mobile live streaming is really new. This is still in its infancy. It's like, what YouTube was in 2006 when it just started. We're still kind of learning how this all works and how this all moves together. It's because we have these amazing things called smartphones. This is an iPhone 7 Plus. This is what I've been using for live streaming for most of the videos that I've been doing. I'm now streaming on an iPhone 6 Plus, and the reason why I'm using the iPhone 6 Plus is because the YouTube app on this phone is not working, all right? The YouTube app does not launch the mobile streaming, the live mobile streaming platform. It's kind of always been a problem. Whenever I update the YouTube app, I don't know if it's going to actually work. It looks like it's great, the picture quality is improved, and the audio is broken. Then the audio problem improves, then the picture is at 360p instead of 720p. So the thing is with this, I've always been very patient with mobile live streaming. I've always been somebody who said, okay, look, it's an evolving technology. I know there's going to be some problems and challenges. It's going to get there when 5G launches at the end of this year. So we're just going to take baby steps. However, the other day, I went to film my friend Hannah Victoria playing the guitar, and the wind noise was just awful. And YouTube app only allows me to use one of the two microphones. I think there's actually three microphones, but one of the three microphones. So I decided to try and fix it. And this is why I haven't done it before. This is the Rode Micro, Video Micro. It's kind of a neat little microphone, and I got it because it's something like if I don't use it with live streaming, I could use it in my other videos. But it's got a windsock on it, or a dead kitten, or dead cat, or fuzzy ball, which is what my wife calls it. I think this is a really nice solution to get rid of the wind problems, but it has another problem. It's just too much. In order to get this to work with the iPhone 7 Plus, which has no headphone jack, by the way, you have this, a lightning jack. You have to have adapters and cables. And I'm going to take this up for a second. This one's actually not too bad. So what I've done here is I've rigged up this mic. Okay. I'm going to bring up the camera right down here. All right. So I have this here. Now, this is the Video Micro made by Rode. I got it on Amazon. It cost about 6,500, 6,800 yen, about $60, which is normal. And let me see here. Oh, here it is. Okay, that came with it, but this is what it is. It's basically, oh crap, did I just break it? It's just basically a microphone that doesn't require a battery, doesn't require external power, which means it doesn't have a booster. But what it does, oh, look at that. I kind of wrecked it. But it is made of plastic. This is all like cheap plastic. It feels real cheap. This is cheap plastic, but the mic itself is really good. Okay. In order to get this to work, I had to, this comes with this cable, okay? But you can see here, there's only there's only two, I don't even know what these are called, bands. There's supposed to be three. The third one is for microphones. So I had to buy, oh, hold on a second. I also got this adapter. This thing is pretty nifty. It cost about $10, and it allows me to save some space in the gimbal. And I'll show you how this works in a second. This solution that I've had for all of you that have been watching this show for so long, maybe this is going to improve the quality, maybe not. I'm not really sure. All right. I don't really know how this is going to work, but you know what? You know what? I've been buying a bunch of stuff on Amazon, trying to figure it out, and there's a billion different ways for me to do this. Peter has also been trying to figure this out for his live streams as well, and we've been talking back and forth. Okay, so I needed this. This is an adapter from 3/8 to 1/4, 1/4 to 3/8. So I'm gonna need this. I think I need this. Yeah, and the cable that came with the Rode mic is not good enough. I had to, because this is a TRS patch cable, and that's why it hasn't been working. You need a patch cable, crazy. And then I decided to get this because I thought this might be pretty cool. This is a how do I call this? We call this a gooseneck, or a flexible arm, a flexible metallic arm, and I can actually take off. I don't actually want the clamp on it. I don't need this clamp. I just wanted this. Okay, this metal thing. And this is a flexible arm. Oh, it says for the GoPro, but it's for anything. And I'm going to show you why. So this was my idea for the audio. Oh, this is hard to bend. This is gonna make it kind of tough. Maybe it'll loosen up. All right. So this is stuff that I just got. We're gonna try to put this thing together and try to make some beautiful audio for the live streams. I don't know if it's gonna work. There's just too many pieces. And even this, I had to buy this from Apple because the 7 doesn't come with a headphone jack. And when you put it into the gimbal, a lot of people asking me, why don't you just put it in the headphone jack? I can't do that. I had to do this kind of a system where I taped the end to try to balance the weight. This is the headphone jack. This is the lightning port. You put it into the gimbal. Those of you who aren't familiar with this, you see? Get all these notifications. It blocks it, so you can't get any audio in there. Right? So what I bought was this. Ta-da! Now I can get audio in and out. All right, this was the first piece that I bought. Boom. Look at that. Now because it sits out like this, you have to counterbalance the weight. And so that's what I have for right now. And if I put this all the way out, you can see it kind of balances. Sort of. But it's close enough for right now, for the purposes, okay? So I've got this locked in here. Now, this thing is not good enough. I had to get this. So I can't use that. We Rode. This was another. So far, the total for me to do this with that piece and then this piece is $5. Then we add in $65 for this. So that's 25 plus 65. That's $90. Plus this thing, which was $20. So that's $110. Basically, it cost me about $150 to get this rig all together. All right. Now, we got this thing here. So I'm gonna put on the wind cover later on. Now, I believe it goes in this way. Okay. And then this one, you see this has 3 bands on it. And this is gonna go in to this, the Apple converter. And then this is what goes into this other adapter. This is insane, right? So basically you have an iPhone, you have this adapter for a right angle, then you have the iPhone adapter, then you had to buy a new wire for this video mic app. And this apparently, according to the internet, to be the cure on here. So now we got to, this is pretty cool. So now I shouldn't get whatsoever. This is the idea. Now, I wanted to attach this to this, but it's too low. So I bought this thing. And what I'm gonna do with that is take this nut that I bought. Oh, scissors. This cost me $1. The only reasonably priced item here. However, you know, $1 kind of expensive, I think. I'm putting this into here. Because this is, and why adapter? I don't know. I think it's kind of, all right. Then this goes here. It's working. Oh my gosh, this is working. It's working. Put it down here. Oh, look at that. How cool is that? It's not that cool, actually. Now, this thing here, this base, I would screw in like this. So far, it's working. All right, that looks, oh my God, I can't believe that this actually worked. This is supposed to be more bendable. How does this look, everybody? Look. This looks pretty bad. You know, Nosh abroad does all the struggles that we've been going through with this. All right. The idea for this was so that I could go and I could change the direction of the mic. This is a directional mic. That means that it only picks up sound from one direction, and if you're behind the mic, it doesn't pick up the sound very well. But if I was able to do this and to do this back and forth, I'd be able to pick up the mic no matter who is speaking. That means if the person in front of me starts speaking, I just go like this, it'll be able to pick up the mic. That was the idea, but this one is pretty hard to move. Maybe it'll loosen up a little bit. All right, I'm going to turn on the gimbal. See if it works. Boom. Well, that works. Does the mic work? I'm going to have to walk down the street like this. All right? This is pretty ridiculous. So I'll be walking down the street like this, okay? Because we want really good audio. And if Peter speaks or somebody speaks, I'll just go like this. And then I have audio facing this way and then audio back at me. That's kind of crazy. Just slightly. I liked this bracket because you can also mount the tripod here. So the cable goes into the bottom there. Now, I'm going to put this back up here. Hold on a second. This is why live streaming in 2018 is such a challenge. And this is why it makes no sense to me whatsoever to have to do all of this stuff. But once again, like this whole live streaming thing is still in its infancy as a technology. This is crazy that you have to do something like this, like Frankenstein it. And this cost me $150 for this rig. Now, I ordered an attachment, a ring around here, and I could put the mic onto the ring to make it less conspicuous, to make it more conspicuous so it doesn't stand out so much. But basically, this is what I have for right now. It's kind of ridiculous, but the audio should be pretty good. Better. All right. And I'm going to test it out. The problem is that the iPhone app on the iPhone 7 Plus is not working. After the last update, iPhone did something with the update, which makes it, $150 without the phone, max. That's right. The iPhone did something with the update that doesn't run on the iPhone 7 Plus, so I can't even launch the mobile app to even try out the new mic until YouTube updates its app. Now, a lot of you might be asking why I don't use third-party live streaming platforms, and the answer is that I've tried some of them, but YouTube updates the app all of the time to fit with the other Apple updates. Apple updates its iOS like every few weeks, and every time Apple has an update to the iOS, that means that app makers have to update their app as well. And most of the third-party apps update their apps once a year. That means there's issues with a lot of these third-party streaming things, and YouTube does a very good job. If they do anything very well besides taking the money from the super chats, they do an extremely good job of updating the app. Just as I say in the description, it's like 2 steps back and 2 steps forward, okay? And that's all right, which begs the question, why doesn't YouTube just make a dedicated live streaming broadcasting app? If they're making money off of all of the super chats, they take approximately 30% of everything that you give the super chats, where Patreon, another platform where people are supporting the live streams and the series because of the demonetization. It's been really critical to life as a YouTuber. They take 10%, and YouTube takes 30% of the super chat money, which means that they're making money off of this. So you'd think that they would create a live streaming mobile platform or a dedicated app to make this a non-issue, but they haven't done that yet. I hope that they do in the future. And once again, like, the thing is, this rig, this Frankenstein thing that I created, this is not going to be like this for much longer. The real solution is Bluetooth 5.0, or finding a profile, an audio profile that doesn't sound like a telephone. The problem with Bluetooth audio, which would connect wirelessly with this, the problem with that is that right now it sounds like a telephone call quality. It's really bad. Like, hey everybody, I'm right now. I would rather use the internal microphone that we have right now. But a Bluetooth microphone would attach wirelessly, because just like a Bluetooth headpiece, to the smartphone, and then we wouldn't need any wires whatsoever. I wouldn't need this anymore. But we don't have that yet, because I think all of the phone makers and all of the people that are making this technology are waiting. They're waiting until we get to 5G, which is supposed to be coming out at the end of this year. In Japan, I believe Docomo is rolling it out as we speak right now. And that's going to solve a lot of the problems that we have with the live streaming platform right now. Live streaming uses 4G LTE most of the time. Sometimes it'll connect to 3G if the 4G signal is not available. It works with what it has. And you can tell with the quality. The quality of the live streams, if you search back to the beginning of when I started this channel in 2017 in March, you can see that the quality of the live streams has gotten better. That's because the LTE system has gotten better, the app has gotten better, the hardware has gotten, well, it's kind of stayed the same because I've been using the iPhone 7 Plus. But all of this has improved over the course of a year. A lot of it has been software solutions. Now it's time to improve the hardware. And by the end of this year, we're going to have 5G, which I'll probably be able to get HD, if not 4K quality of live streams to you. That's going to change everything, because right now the best we can do is 720p, sometimes 1080p, depending on the signal. Right now, 4G LTE in Tokyo, I can get about 40 to 50 megabytes per second, which is enough for a good 720 signal, and should be enough for an HD signal, but I don't know where the other bandwidth goes, to be honest with you. So we have to do stuff like this. All right? And I don't know if this is going to work. Hopefully it does. It might be kind of, but it sure is fun to try. I know Peter, my friend Peter, if you know from the other live streams, he's also been experimenting with other gimbals and experimenting with other hardware and trying to find solutions. And yeah, he has his own little rig. So maybe I'll meet up with him later and then see what he's put together, and then he could see what I put together, and maybe we come up with a better solution, because there's a lot of little problems that still exist with this platform. Right now, the YouTube app is kind of a disaster for mobile live streaming. Right now, I think I've mentioned this, but the problems that I have is that sometimes it doesn't even launch. Right now, the back microphone does not work. So if I turn the camera around to show you a subject who's in front of the camera, you can't hear them because it's only using this mic in the front of the screen, and I don't know why it does that. The YouTube app is not flipping this screen automatically, but I think that the reason why they turn off the microphone on the other side is because that requires so much power to flip the screen, because you know normally your selfie camera is flipped and then the software flips it back. That's the way that all of the smartphones work. It's a mirrored image of you, and then it flips back in the software when you take the picture, and it renders out. But in the video, everything's backwards, and it's kind of weird to watch. But that's live streaming right now in 2018. There's no perfect solution. But I think at the end of this year, we're not going to need any like stuff like this. What we're going to need is just simply a 5G signal, a smartphone, and a Bluetooth lapel mic or a Bluetooth attachment that works with these kinds of little shotgun mics, and that's it. Because the reason why I have not done this, the reason why I have not put together rigs like this, is because I don't want to have all this garbage attached to it. I want to just have the camera phone. That's all I want. The idea of mobile live streaming is to make it simple. All right, it's to strip away all of these things that you need and make it simple, where you can just get rid of this thing. You can just go like this. All right, that's it. That's how I want to do live streaming, because I can just do it on the go. But when I have to attach like things like this onto the camera, it improves the audio quality, but makes it a lot harder to do live streaming. And in the end, everyone's going to be, I mean, I do like this little piece. It's pretty cool. So far, it's been working pretty good. You could charge your phone and listen to your headphones on it. But yeah, that's where we are. It cost me $150 for this audio rig. We're going to see if it works or not. I don't try. Now, Nasha Broad, who's our moderator, introduced me to a really cool technology that's using Bluetooth 5.0, but the audio profile just still sounds like a telephone call. And because it's a first-generation product, I'm not going to support first-generation anything, because I know that there's going to be lots of problems. I support like the second or third generation of the products, because I know I wouldn't be satisfied with anything that's like, I didn't buy the first iPhone, for example, because I knew the first iPhone was just going to be garbage and it's just all hype. And then after a year, you buy the second one or the third one. My first iPhone was the iPhone 4, not the iPhone 3GS or anything like that. I wasn't a big smartphone person until the technology got there. And so far, the technology for mobile gimbals is really amazing. All right, I want to be honest with you. Mobile gimbals, they used to be massive rigs like this, okay? This is just for a smartphone. For anything, you had to have rigs, or you had to balance something on counterweights like this and have skills to be able to hold your mobile phones. And they boiled it down to this. And this is an incredible tool. It's so small compared to the way things were several years ago. In fact, several years ago, all we had was something like just the phone, or we just had the camera. We didn't have anything to balance it out with. And without that stabilization, I don't think live streaming is possible, because it's so shaky. Now that we have this technology, all the other stuff around it is going to evolve, and that's just going to make live streaming more and more popular. I predict that over the course of the next year, more and more people are going to just turn to live streaming, because it's such an amazing platform where you can connect with people right away. And if you can create meaningful, good content, then people are going to want to do this more. And I've had live streams that had views comparable to my main channel because the topics were interesting to people. So if you can make live streams that reverberate or are able to touch other people in the same way emotionally as you do with the edited videos, which is why you edit them. You want to build a connection with the viewers and make quality stuff. Then this platform is just going to completely take over YouTube, I think, because more people are going to want to live stream. Yeah. It's been an adventure, hasn't it? We've really had an amazing adventure with the live stream, because where we were a year ago and to where we were now, I still like the simplicity of this, just to be able to push a button. I used to use the DJI Osmo. The DJI Osmo died. It didn't flip around 360. You see this one goes around 360. I love this. Yeah. The DJI Osmo did not do that. It also required external batteries. I didn't like having to change the battery every like 45 minutes. The battery sometimes would last 45 minutes to an hour, and if I went overtime, I had to actually take the battery out and put a new one. This battery lasts for I've never reached the end of the Smooth Q's battery. Never. It also has this little USB port in the back, and I can stick in lights. They have these goosenecks LED lights that you can use, which are pretty cool for night shoots that I started to integrate into the live streaming. So there's lots of little things that are starting to pop up to make live streaming better. But I bought this because this channel has been doing really good. We make enough money to support this channel through super chats and through advertisements that I put onto the channel, and that means that I should invest into the channel as well. The problem is that I don't know if this is an investment or just a complete waste of money. I just don't know. I don't know yet, but we're gonna try it out and then see how this works. And so far, it's just been a lot of cables and adapters and metal pieces and plastic parts made in China. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just that it's just a lot of little things that I can lose. And when you look, I've been on hundreds of location shoots. I've been on hundreds of location shoots, not just with only in Japan, but with other productions, with NHK, with other jobs that I direct and produce and create. And the setup and the put away time is always really long. It's really hard to set up, get the lights in order, get the tripods, set up the audio units, make sure everything's working, check, double check. Then you say action, and then you can roll and get all the video that you want to get, and then you have to put it all away, back things up. It takes a lot of time. With live streaming, you don't have to do any of that. Click a button, boom, right now I'm broadcasting live. And this is exactly why I love this platform. It's just that cool. And I think if you were to look back at like 2 years ago and say like live streaming would be a platform that could compete with edited videos, I would have laughed at you, because I just didn't see it. But now I kind of see how we can just make content, and if you can make it engaging and engage the viewer, then you're going to be able to compete with edited videos. This channel has been incredible. We have 78,000 subscribers, almost 80,000 subscribers. I think by the end of June we'll have 80,000 subscribers, and this is just live stream content. And I mean, I can't thank you enough for watching the stuff that we put up here. I can't thank the moderators, Jim and Nosh, for keeping it clean out there, and all of you for commenting. Many of you for throwing super chats in to help support this, or help support me, whether it's to give to the main channel or to this live streaming platform. And for me as a creator, I have to do my best. Thanks for the number 79496. Okay, I got to do my best as a creator to continuously improve the channel. That means I have to invest in not just where I go and the topics that I pick, but also in the equipment. The problem is that if the equipment makes it harder to do the live streaming, that takes away from the time that I use to create. I mean, for me, it's always been about story. And audio is pretty darn good with the iPhone, especially the iPhone 7 Plus. I thought is incredible. But It's always been about story. And all of these things like, oh, I don't have 4K. Oh, I don't have, the audio has a little bit of wind in it. These things are a little bit annoying, but it should always be about the story or what the creator or the presenter is presenting to you. The content is king. It's not about the technology. The technology is just enhancements, right? That's what I tell all of the people who ask me for advice. How do I make a good YouTube channel? I said, make good content, make a good story. Don't waste people's time, which is probably what I'm doing with this right now. But I'm having fun anyways. So there you go. This is my audio solution. It required this. It required a special TRS to TRRS cable, which cost me another $15 on top of that mic. I had to buy this from Apple, a $10 attachment to click from the lightning to this, and then to make it an easy 60-degree and take stress off the cable, I got this, which is a very useful tool for $10. You might want to get it just because you want to charge the phone and listen to your headphones. It's kind of a cool little device. These are new on the market from this year. They kind of came out, I guess, in December of 2017, and now they've really gotten bigger. There's varying degrees of quality. And this thing on the bottom, this is just a regular 1/4 inch, I guess it's 1 inch, 1/4, 1/4 screw. And you can attach the mic here, or you can get an attachment pole. This is for a GoPro. I don't really like this, it's too stiff, but maybe it'll loosen up a little bit, or it'll break. And this is what is holding up the microphone. So that's my solution for right now. It's always changing. I think it's kind of fun to go onto Amazon. Go onto Amazon and buy all these parts, and just to see what works. Like even if I don't use this, I still might use this clamp for a light, right, or something like this. But it was kind of annoying that I had to buy 2 cables. This one with the gray it has a lot of value apparently, because it has the TRRS and the one that came with it. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. And I want to thank Nosh and Peter. All right, come down here. I want to thank Nosh and Peter and everybody else who've been trying to help me with the live streaming and find some audio solutions. But I gotta be honest with you, nothing beats just this, okay? With the tripod on the bottom, use the mic here, and if YouTube fixes it, the mic here. So when I change the camera, I can speak, maybe it auto detects which voice is coming. I'm pretty sure that it can pick up voices. Yeah, instead of having all of these attachments. I don't like attachments. I just want it to be simple. I want it to be simple so I can focus on the comments and the story instead of all the other things. But I still have to try and make this platform better for you. YouTube is pretty cool, Emmanuel. YouTube Sanchez Hernandez, I see you. Thank you. Yes, YouTube is very cool. Because I think without YouTube, despite all of the complaining and all of the little problems, YouTube is constantly taking... I can't test it. I wanted to test it with the live stream, but the YouTube app is not launching. Mobile live streaming on... I'll show you right now. All right, YouTube, if you're watching, all of you programmers here, this is the YouTube app. I'm live streaming right now. Now, this is the button that you push. I can make it not so bright. This is the button that you push to live stream right there. All right. Okay, push the button. Live. Watch. Oh, it's working now. Sorry. Well, it wasn't working before. It's weird. I don't know. Technology. I will try it out, John. I just wanted to show you the unit that I have here and what I'm doing, and I'm going to take this out later today just to try out the audio. So, I was like, it's so laughing. I fixed it. I didn't fix it. Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe it just required the phone to restart or something. I don't know. But the thing is that this platform is just consistently evolving, and I mean, there's updates all the time. And this is, I don't want to bash YouTube, okay? I know that YouTube, but I don't think that YouTube listens. First of all, not a lot of the creators even know how to get in touch with YouTube. First of all, they can't. Peter can't even contact YouTube because he hasn't been monetized for 6 months. He's been waiting over 6 months now to be monetized, and he's qualified for it 6 months ago, and he's waiting, and he doesn't even know who to contact. All right. I got some people that I can contact because I have a channel with 800,000 subscribers, the main channel, so I can contact people, but they're still not really listening, or they're not really clear. And when YouTube puts an update on the iPhone, you know what it says here? Squashing bugs. That's all they write in here. They don't tell you exactly what did they tinker with the live streaming app. I don't want to see squashing bugs and usual maintenance. I want to see actual, like, we screwed around with the audio on the live stream, and if you update, you're going to kill your live streaming. I want to see that in the update, okay? I want to see very detailed, actually, yeah, Netflix. Someone's eyeing your Netflix app on the bus. Make sure it's the latest and greatest. Get your update for the best experience yet. This stinks. What did you do? Tell me what you did to fix it, or at least Patreon. Bug fixes and performance enhancements. I don't like that. What were the bug fixes? What were the performance enhancements? The thing is with YouTube, when I update the app, it makes for a better viewing experience, but then it screws around with the live streaming. And that's why I can't use this microphone on the back. There's like a microphone right there in between the flash, and it's off on the live streams. I don't know why. And it's made life really hard. I like to have ambient sounds. YouTube sends an update to Apple for approval. Complain to Apple about the general details on updates. I think I kind of half agree with you there, and because I also think that YouTube should have a better relationship with Apple. I don't think it's Apple's fault. I don't think it's YouTube's fault. I think it's two companies that are screwing us, the consumer. They screw us all the time, and we buy it. We keep buying Apple. We keep buying Samsungs and other competitors. I do think that we should support small businesses. I tried to do it in the live streams. Go to mom and pop places and stuff like this, but we're so locked into Apple, and we're so locked into the system that we have right now that it's hard for new systems or new people to evolve and compete. Apple, I don't think really cares that much about the consumer. I think they care more about style, and I think that they think that if the consumer thinks it looks cool, people will buy it. And I think that kind of thinking works for right now, but it's not going to work because the younger generation doesn't just want to look cool; they want stuff to work too, and they get tired of stuff real quick. So Apple better innovate, or there's going to be somebody who will come in and take the younger people, although they're very impressionable with marketing. I don't care too much about Apple. Or here's the thing, I don't really care if it's an Android. I don't care if it's an Apple phone. I just want something to work really well. All right. And the Apple has made it super inconvenient by pulling out the headphone jack and then making you buy an adapter. All right. It's made my life really, really hard. As a result, I had to buy this. And they haven't really thought about the consumer because the technology the technology has not evolved with taking away this headphone jack, because there's no way to really put in a good microphone. All right, you have to buy things that have their system on it, and that costs the consumer a heck of a lot, and the quality is not as good. All right, so that's why I don't think Apple took away the SD card out of the MacBook Pro. I don't think that they were thinking about the average consumer, because things are not wireless yet. They're like 2 years away from being super fast wireless, because Bluetooth 5.0 is not the best solution yet, but it's a lot better. But it's just not there yet. So Apple has taken away stuff for the consumer and not made it exactly the best product that they could possibly make. I think Steve Jobs would be really upset with the way that things are being run right now, because he said, I think one of the reasons for the iPhone was that he didn't want a pen, and now the iPhone, I guess the iPad Pro has a pen now. So like Apple's trying to be everything. This is okay. This is the problem. Apple's trying to be everything for everybody in a way now, and then that's when you start to fail. When you try to be everything for everybody, and that's the same with me with YouTubing. And one of the problems that I had as a YouTuber was trying to please everybody, and I realized that I could never be able to do that. And there's going to be people who are not going to be happy with the content that I put out there, and that's fine. I think that you just have to be who you are, and Apple is not being who they are. They're trying to be a lot of different things, and that means that they've lost their soul. How do we get from there? Apple, and when it feels like Apple has lost their soul, to me. And when I buy Apple products, I don't feel the same way as I did like 5 years ago. I'll just be honest with it. So I don't care if it's an Apple. The next iPhone, I don't like the notch. I would just rather have a black top. I don't care about that. I just want it to work. Okay. I just want it to work. So I'm going to take this out for a spin. John, I think John would like to see this as well. So would I. I want to see if this does really make a difference. Has this improved the video? Has this made has it made the experience better for you? Does all of this stuff on the floor here, that's now going to take me an extra like 5 minutes to set up before I start a live stream, does it really improve the live stream experience for you? That's what I kind of want to figure out today. So I'm going to set this up. It seems like the YouTube app is working now. I'm never really sure. Oh, okay. So I restarted it, and it's working now, apparently. Okay. So I can create a live stream. So I'm gonna go out in a little while and then see if the video quality is any better with the audio. There's a bridge that I took you out to a couple of days ago. No, sorry, a couple of weeks ago. The bridge at night, and I'll go out there because that's where the wind is the heaviest. And if we can get a very good signal, that'd be pretty killer. Because I think that I want to have the best possible audio that I can give to you. And if this means that this gets rid of the wind noise, I will use this on windy days. Test run. I don't know if I'm going to run with it because I'm just a little bit embarrassed. I was already embarrassed holding a gimbal and walking around the cities talking. Not really embarrassed because I focus very much on you on the screen here. So I kind of tune out the people looking at me all around me. I think you have to do that if you want to be successful in any journalistic field. You have to focus on the story. But now with this wire, this microphone sticking out, and I got this fuzzy ball, people always wonder, what the heck is that? Why do you have a rabbit foot on your thing? It's a little bit more embarrassing, but I would do it for you guys because it means a lot to have good audio. If this does fix the audio problems, then I think we do have a solution for those days where the audio just is really bad, and I won't have to apologize for that anymore. I can't apologize for bloviating and making this live streams really long and inflating the time of it, but that's another problem. That's my problem. This doesn't have anything to do with the hardware. I am kind of excited to try this out, and I'm leaving Tokyo to go to on honeymoon. We're going to Bali at the end of this week. This is really soon. And when we go get out of here, I'm going to be able to also have some more time to mess around with this stuff. So it's going to be pretty fun to live stream in Bali, on an island in Indonesia. That's going to be pretty cool. And I'm going to take the drone with me and see if we can use some drone action and get some shots on the sky of Ubud and Kuta Beach maybe, and some of the other places in Bali. I can't put it on the main channel because it doesn't have anything to do with Only in Japan. But my honeymoon, that might have something to do with Only in Japan Go because I'm gone somewhere, right? So I might put some of these drone videos and some of the honeymoon videos here on the Only in Japan Go channel. I probably will have to edit them a little bit. I'll see if the live streams work. I want to live stream at this resort that I'm taking my wife to, because It's like a 5-star resort, and the price was pretty reasonable. I thought it was just looks so gorgeous. It's called Maya, and that's where I'll be in Ubud for 5 nights, 4 nights, 4 nights, 4 or 5 nights, and yeah. So that's gonna be pretty cool. They said that they have Wi-Fi. I don't know how good it is, but if they do, I can live stream in Bali around the resort, which would be pretty cool. It's supposed to have this nice river and lots of banana trees around and things like this. I might do a meetup in Indonesia as well when I'm in Bali to try to meet some of the people. I don't know if anybody's gonna come. Most of the viewers I think are not in Bali, but they're in Java, in Jakarta, and Yogyakarta, and Jogja, we say, and some of the other cities around there. But hey, if they can make it to Bali, that'd be pretty cool too. Yeah, there you go. So let's try this thing out. Let's go out into the wind and yeah, Jogja. Deep Purple's got it right. We used to call it Jogja when I was there. All the locals would say Jogja. I spent five days in Yogyakarta in 2003. Yeah, I took a ferry. Oh wow, it's a really long story. But I took a ferry. No, I went from Jakarta all the way to Bali. Okay. Oh no. I flew to Bali. This has something to do with anything. I flew to Bali, and this is a funny story. Okay, this is a travel story. I carried cash. I had about $2,000 in cash because I was on a 9-month backpacking trip. So I had $2,000 in cash, and I was scared to have this kind of money. So I would hide the money and put it underneath the mattress, which is the worst place to put it. I learned when you're traveling around. Don't put your money underneath the mattress. Just keep it on you, okay? But I put $2,000 in $100 bills underneath the mattress in a $5 a night bungalow in Bali, okay? And then I took a ferry. This is a true story. I took a ferry to Java, to the next island. Then I took a train to Yogyakarta. And then when I checked into the guest house in Jogja, I realized that I left the $2,000 underneath the mattress in Bali. And it took me, I think, 20 hours to get there over land. So I knew that I had $2,000 there, so I bought an airplane ticket from Jakarta, and a friend that I made took me on a scooter to the airport. Of course, he wanted a little bit of money for that, but got to tip the man. And I took the plane back. I didn't even want to call the owner because I was afraid that, well, if I call the owner and they go in and check, they'll just say that they'll just take the money and then not say that they didn't find anything, right? So I didn't even call the owner. I just flew in. I went into the office and said, I think I left something in the room. Is it available? And they said, yeah, the person just checked out. I went back in there, went underneath the mattress. Boom, the money was still there. So I was really happy nobody had checked underneath the mattress. So that would have been $2,000. And I got the $2,000, like, now I can continue my trip. Do not put cash underneath the mattress, basically, is the moral of the story. Because back in 2003 when I was, how old was I? I'm 44 now, 2018, 2003, 15 years ago, 44, I was like 29. Back when I was 29, $2,000, even today, is kind of a big deal, okay? So you have to take care of your cash. All right, with that story out in the open now, my embarrassing story in Bali, I'm going to go and test out this rig, all right? And if you want, stay tuned to the Only Japan Go channel. I'll try to give you a 5-minute heads up. If you're a Patreon supporter, you will get an advance notice, okay? That's why I always put the advance notices for the supporters on Patreon. So I'll see you in a little bit. Thanks for hanging out and seeing how this Frankenstein audio gimbal project is going. This is the best that I could do with the money and the technology that we have. So, see you everybody. See you on the other side of this experiment. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna find out. It should work. It should work. See you soon.